Today we're going to talk about the 7 steps to finding the perfect 55 plus community. Now today I would just happen to be at this shopping center. I'm down in Mesa, actually. Had to go to the Chico's. But I want to talk about a series of things that will help you find the perfect place to live when you make your move to Arizona, or this could be used for any state for that matter. Now, number 1 on the list is going to be pretty obvious. What is your budget? We have to come up with how much you have to spend. What you have to spend will dictate what kind of home that you can buy, where you can live, and lots of other things. So we need to know, is it 3 to 400,000, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 on up? Where do you land financially? You might want to be talking to your financial advisor to get that number. Or it may be time to talk to one of my trusted listing agents around the country and even the world to give you a value of your home so we know how much money you've got to play with here. But budget is going to be the number 1 thing that's going to dictate where and what community you can live in. Number 2 on the list, I guess I'll have 7 fingers by the time this is over. If we go to 11, then I'm going to need to enlist a friend here. But number 2 is, what kind of lifestyle do you want? A lot of you guys are living in cold climates or faraway places or whatever, and you're looking for a whole new life in your 55 plus community. Now, what are you going to do in your 55 plus community? That's what we need to talk about. Are you wanting to do things that you've never done before? That might be take golf lessons, learn pickleball, finally figure out how to be a watercolor artist. Whatever it is, I need to know those things so that I can direct you to the place that might have the best offerings for what your interests are and what kind of lifestyle you want to have. If you're somebody who has always dreamed of going out your back door to hike every morning or every afternoon, that's going to factor in what community you're in. If you've always dreamed of buying a golf cart and being able to zip here and zip there in your golf cart, we need to find a good golf cart community for you. Do you see where I'm going with this? That's why it is important to figure out what kind of lifestyle you are actually thinking of before we even get started with the real estate side of things. So the next thing to think about, number 3, is that you need to find a trusted guide for your 55 plus community search. My team and I would love to be your guide of choice. We do this all day, every day for people. Now, there's a lot that goes into choosing a guide, and first of all would be one who loves a good iced tea. By the way, I am at AJ's. You guys know I love iced tea, and when you move here, AJ's is definitely the best tea in the land. But back to the guide. You'll want to choose somebody that knows all of the communities. You don't want to just end up with calling off of a sign or driving around yourself. Do not come to a city cold and just think, well, we don't want to bother anybody. We just want to drive around and go check out new homes. If you go check out new homes, you're not ever going to be able to get a guide unless you want to pay them separately outside of closing. And who wants to do that? The builder will pay our commission. You want somebody who will know not only the neighborhoods, but maybe which part of the neighborhood is more favored. Trust me when I tell you that we are in these communities all day, every day. We know where the bad builder lots are. We know where the good builder lots are. We know things like what's coming soon behind your community. Maybe in the case of one community, we are aware of the fact that there was a big protest going on over a gigantic gas station for truck drivers that wanted to go in directly behind the wall of the community. We can tell you those things. Maybe you don't want the lot that backs up to that wall, even though the builder is giving you a great incentive. There's a reason for that incentive, don't you think? We can help you compare one community to another. Even in the case of our team, we can help you compare the Tucson area to the Phoenix area. There is a lot that goes into choosing the right community, and you should not go it alone. Most of you guys have had good financial advice. You've had career advisors. You've had mentors throughout your life. And because you've been wise with your money, you're able to make this move now. You do not want to make this move without a trusted real estate advisory team. And again, we'd like to be that team of choice. Item number 4 is travel to the area, the city, the state in the case of Arizona, or whatever state you're thinking of going to. Hang on, I need a drink. Oh, love this tea. You want to be able to get a feeling for how does it feel. If you're worried about the heat, come to Arizona in the summer. If you are considering one city or the other, visit both cities. Now, some of you guys have analysis paralysis. You were going to 13 states over 4 years. I'd say that's a little bit much. I don't really think that 13 states is going to get you very far other than crazy with your spreadsheet. So narrow it down to maybe 2 top places and then make your choice. Make a house hunting trip to each place and then make your decision. There really isn't a need for 7 years of research, guys. I know I'm going to make some of you mad who call me and say, oh, we've been looking for 7 years at 13 different states. It's a little bit much. You don't need to do that. The internet is a great place. YouTube is a great place. Watch the videos and just figure out by doing your online research if it should make your top 2 destinations. Then book a trip to each of those destinations and then take a look around and see what you think. You're going to want to visit communities with your trusted guide. You're going to want to check out the grocery stores, check out the shopping, do a little reconnaissance work here and figure out what is going to appeal to you the most, and that will help you narrow things down. Now, what I would say, if you're planning to come to the Phoenix and Tucson areas, you should call me in advance. Sometimes people give me a few days notice, and we are only so many people on this team, and we want to help all of you. So if you can give us at least a few weeks notice, that would be really good. Then we can be organized. We can show you all the things we want to show you so that you can make the most of your visit. We know that you guys are spending a lot on these house hunting trips, and we probably these days shouldn't even call it a house hunting trip. It's a community hunting trip, not just your 55 plus community, but your neighborhood, your grocery stores. Where's your Costco? Is there a Trader Joe's? Where is the hospital? Those are the things that we want to sort out when you take your trip to get things narrowed down. So be sure to be thinking about that. And again, stop over analyzing. 13 states, no. Too much. Number 5, we're up to one hand, 5 fingers, they're all still intact, is narrow down your search to one area. After you've made that initial trip to maybe 1 or 2 destinations, you should have figured out what you don't like. Now that you've completed that trip, gone home, gone through all of your notes and reviewed things, you're going to realize there's one place that probably stood out. That's what we're going to hone in on, is that one area that you really, really like. Worst case, there might be 2, and it might depend on what is available in your price range in the time frame that you need to buy. But let's narrow down the focus and only have 1-ish areas to look at. That will save you a lot of heartache and pain and time and stress. And again, too much analyzing makes it harder on you. I know you guys do it because it's very soothing. It's good to be organized. It's good to gather all of the facts. But as we get more and more facts, we can throw a lot of the old information away. Then you're left with just the data that you need, that are the true good facts that you're looking for. That will lead you to that one area that you really want. Okay, the next thing, number 6, I only got one hand because of the T. Number 6 is we need to get your home sold after you've come here and you have narrowed down the areas and you're ready to move forward with a purchase. You need to sell your current home if you have not already done that. Now, back to one of the earlier steps, we talked about getting a value for your home. Very important, so we kind of know financially what we've got to play with here. But now it's time to call that agent back and get an idea for, okay, how long is it going to take us to sell this home? You don't want to come here and think you're going to make an offer on something and then go back and sell your home. It's better to have your home sold and under contract, hopefully through inspections, before we can get a seller to accept your offer. Sometimes we can convince them to deal with a different kind of contingency if it's just new on the market, but they're going to charge you more for the house. So if you've done your homework, it will be easy to go back home, get your home sold, and then we can have another trip to actually buy the house. If you need a good agent in your area, many of you guys have not sold a home for 20 or 30 years. I'm connected with everybody who's anybody throughout the real estate universe, even people in other countries. If you're Canadian, heck, if you're Italian, I've got good agents there. So just let me know how I can connect you with that agent to give you good opinion of value back at the earlier step, and then get your home ready to sell and on the market for the highest dollar amount in the quickest amount of time. Very, very important. We probably are not going to want to see you work with, Aunt Susie's neighbor's best friend who just started in real estate. That's great, but I don't know if you want her playing around with your biggest investment. You wouldn't trust her to be your financial advisor. You probably don't want to trust her to be your listing agent as well. But let me coach you through the process and partner with the agent that you end up with. And together we can get everything done in a very stress-free way for you guys. Okay, number 7, again, one hand here at the Chicos, so I got to wrap this up. But number 7 is find your dream home and get moved to Arizona. Hopefully, if it's another community, we understand. But I want you to come to Arizona. You will have narrowed down the community. We've hopefully found you a home. Then it is time to just come here and start living your big life in your retirement or your semi-retirement, or maybe you're still working. Either way, it's going to be fun, and we're going to have a lot of cool things for you guys to be doing while you're here in this glorious weather. So if you would like to talk more about coming to Arizona and a 55+ community, please reach out to me to the number here below on the screen. We would love to schedule a time for a call or a Zoom so that we can get to know you better and block out time for your house hunting visit. So let us answer your questions and be your trusted guides. I look forward to talking to you very soon.